Hi guys, and welcome to Mark Bayeski YouTube channel. What a beautiful day today is. Just done my laundry, just bought some fresh fruit and vegetables from the market and just come back and thought I'd make a little video today where we're cracking on with the membership site Heart Journey and Soul Journey. New and beautiful journey that we're going to share together along this path that we kind of sometimes slip and fall. The reason why we haven't launched because we found out there was I'm not going to go into details, but there was some issues in the background that needed to be resolved, and we needed to find somebody who was a far more intuitive, and we needed somebody who could raise the platform of what we were originally thinking to. It wasn't good enough. That's all. So we needed somebody who was a real expert. So we found somebody now in Canada, and this guy's working non-stop, as we all are, to get these membership sites ready and perfect, so there's always going to be mistakes and problems, we know that, but something never just felt quite right until we introduced this new beautiful soul into the company that we're working all together now, and I think it's going to be beautiful. You're going to enjoy it. So I'm working every week with new ideas, new thoughts of how we can walk along this journey together and make it more powerful, how we can clear and help our path in so many different ways. That's what I want to be able to help you with, not just about physical, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, but all the other things that we can put into practice daily and we can work towards. So lots of great ideas are about to they're unfolding every day, so I'm really excited about it. I haven't been this excited for so long, and I thought, you know what, I'd rather have it right. So each time I say it's done, there's something else that just needs to be tweaked, but we're nearly there now. We're doing great. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm feeling on top of the world. Somebody asked me the other day, why, look at you, look how you've changed. And, if I look at my face, because I did a fast, juice fast, and then I did a water fast. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm as skinny as can skinny be now. Look how skinny I am. Look at that wrist, really skinny. Skinny face, lost a lot of weight here because I was a bit chubby. All you need to do is look at the past videos. And you know what? I've never felt as wonderful, because there's a misconception about weight. People look at you and say, oh, you need to put some weight on. But actually, this is my weight. This is how I'm meant to look. This is my original weight. This is who I am. So, when people say, oh, you look too skinny. No, you don't. You look just at the right weight. It's just before. Maybe I was just a bit too big because I was eating the wrong foods, and my stomach wasn't able to digest it properly, which is, meat. I ate a lot of meat back then, and your stomach really struggles to digest that. We are really geared up to eat plants. That's who we are, and as you've noticed, there's a huge movement on plant-based foods because, and this misconception about, you need to eat meat because, you've got to have this, you've got to be strong. Have you ever looked at a cow? Have you ever seen a bull? Eats grass. Such a misconception about what we think we should eat, and we really are waking up to the fact that this is all nonsense, and it's just feeding an industry which is making billions, and everything that we need is outside and grows from Mother Nature and gives us this beautiful electric energy that when you eat meat it doesn't. And I realized not so long ago, wow, I don't have these this anger that comes up, and this frustration, and this temper, and sometimes I used to have, because I used to see things happening. Okay, this is what happens a lot in Mias Pueblo. There's cars beeping if somebody gets married, it's great. Or if there's a football match on and somebody scores a goal. So yeah, getting back to that, getting back to what was I getting back to? You see how I forget so quickly? I'm so much in the flow these days. But anyway, my life has changed dramatically. Oh yeah, that's right, my life's changed dramatically. And I realized that when I was eating meat, I was eating fear, because when an animal is killed, that fear is in its energy. So the moment an animal's killed, then the energy of fear is then within the carcass of the dead animal, and when you digest that, you're eating its fear, its anger, and all of these feelings that you're eating, all of its emotions. Whereas when you eat a plant or a fruit, you're eating Mother Nature, which grows naturally, and then you eat it as, you do. So your body's electrified, it's getting its nutrients, it's getting all the right energy from that kind of, food, because it's healthy food, it's natural food, it's what we were born to eat. So then you start to realize in a short time, after you go through the detox, which most people stop because they think they're ill, when actually they're not ill at all. Their body's detoxing and saying, wow, this is it now, we can clear all the toxins out. And most people think that they're ill because they're eating fruit and vegetables and not meat, and then they go back to meat again and they stay unhealthy again. But actually, if they'd have just carried on and realized that the moment they stop eating meat and all the sugars and the bad stuff, that the body then reacts in a really positive way and then starts to detox the body, and that's where you feel ill, because this detoxing is exactly that. It's venting out all the crap, so it's going and you're feeling terrible, and then once you've got over that, then you become like me, which is really healthy, really fit. I could run a marathon now without even thinking twice. I've got no bone aches at all. I feel strong, I feel energized, I wake up amazing, and I've got all this energy. It's like, wow, if I could share this message with the world, I would do. But unfortunately, everything that you go to when you go to a supermarket, it's all basically junk. It's absolutely there to suppress us and make us feel ill. And this feeds the pharmaceutical industry, where they're making billions, and I don't think humanity has been as poorly as it has now. So what does that tell you? If humanity is so ill because all they're doing is taking pharmaceutical drugs, doesn't that say something? If really the pharmaceutical drugs were healing people and helping people, then we wouldn't have any pharmaceutical drugs. We'd all be well and healthy, right? But we're not. In fact, if you look at statistics, it says that we are more unhealthy in this generation than ever before. So doesn't that tell you something? See, we kind of believe everything that we see on TV. We kind of believe everything that, the industry that pumps out these bad foods, bad toxins, bad everything. And we kind of say, oh, well, it's okay because our governments approve all of this. And I've tried to tell you many times, our governments don't care about you. They only care about profit. And what that means is, when a man becomes integrated into this system and they become a prime minister, they become an MP, they get vibrated into a certain way that they follow suit, and they get vibrated into line. So they soon realise that they're not in charge, and the people in charge are the ones who say whether they stay or not. So they fear their jobs, and they, just get influenced by a little, hey, you know what, if you just put this act through, if you just make this law and vote for this, we'll look after you when you come away from politics, because you're not going to be here long. So when you finish, we guarantee you a brilliant job in our corporate company. And they say, okay. So they sell the souls, because they don't care about you and me now. They just care about their own family and their own greed and how much they can make. So if you want to look at this and you want to follow this through, it's very easy to see. You look at any MPs and any people at the very high end, top end, who have been people who have the powers to change laws, you will see that when they've left that position, which we ask them to help us about and to look after our benefit, is that they end up in these corporate companies. They work for them then, and it's so clever. This is the manipulation and the way that our society works now. So we've got to the stage now where we we all are sort of brainwashed to believing that our governments care for us when the government is a joke. It's just it's not even anything there. It's not tangible. It's not, you can't hold it, you can't feel it. It's just an idea, and an idea that we think that we're holding on to something extremely powerful and it's there to help us. It's not there to help us. I mean, everything has changed now. So the government only, the people who work in the government just care for themselves. So they don't care what laws they pass and how it affects you. They just care about money and bribes and, and many other things. And then you go to the other side of it, which is our law enforcement. At one time, we actually believed that, the law was there to protect us. But if you think about this, when you go out of your door now, if you think about the law in itself, police, we're fearful of them. We're scared of them. We're frightened of what they're going to do to us. And actually, they're meant to be there to protect us, but that's all changed too. So everything now has changed to what we once believed, that we were protected and looked after by this system, is actually only so selfish, and all they care for is what, we become their enemy. Basically, we are their enemy now, because we have seen what they're doing. We know what they do now. We know how dangerous and how bad for our well-being government is, and everything that comes with government. So we're starting to fight against them now. So now you all of a sudden realize that actually government isn't there to protect us. They're actually now fighting against us to hold on to what they've got and what they've created. So there's a huge movement of people realizing daily that, the only way we can fight against them is to stand in our own power, which is that we have to now look for the right foods to eat and not buy from the corporate companies, which is all connected to, corporate is all connected to the government. It's they work hand in hand. Pharmaceutical industry working hand in hand. All of these big corporations, they are all in the same bubble. So we have to reject that and work very hard towards looking after ourselves, our bodies, looking after our spiritual self, not fighting against these people, but raising awareness to our brothers and sisters and saying, look, this is all wrong. The water we're drinking is poisoned by, many different things. So we have to look after our bodies. The skies are being pumped with chemtrails. All of this now is being revealed by, science and by many people telling us all the facts that are coming out. Fiji water is the only water apparently now which is non-toxin. And so we're really looking at how we can heal our bodies and what we're eating. And I'm living proof of it today. I sit here beside you talking about all of this, which may sound very conspiracy theories and he's going a bit nuts and crazy. I'm not. I'm just a human being living a life who loves his brothers and sisters, who wants to create a society that loves one another and wants to be healthy. I don't want to see people with cancer. I don't want to see people ill. I don't want my family to be ill. So we're trying to change the movement, this system, and build a new movement of love and compassion, and to basically reject the system. It is a difficult one. It's very challenging because the system has become so powerful now that we really are struggling to defeat that energy, but we are separating ourselves from it, and we're trying to live our own earthly life in a way that rejects the system, in a loving way, not an angry way, not fighting them, because that ain't going to work. They love that. You get peace protests and then there's a bunch of people start fighting, and all of a sudden it becomes negative and becomes it kind of reinforces the system that these people are crazy and bad. And sometimes, believe it or not, it's there are moments where when people protest peacefully, some undercover policemen who dress as normal people start the problems, and then all of a sudden, it all changes, and then it reinforces how bad people are like us, very clever, very sinister, but it exists. And the problem we have now is that, like you and me, it's hard for us to believe these things, that this would happen, because me and you wouldn't do that. How can the Twin Towers be, was an inside job? How could that possibly be? You and I wouldn't ever do that and want to hurt anybody. But this is the problem. The reason why we can't see the things that are called conspiracy theories is that we don't believe that that could happen, because we wouldn't do it. But actually, these people are not like you and I. These people have no heart or soul. They have no empathy. They don't have no feelings towards others. They don't care about anything. So they're, almost pure evil in their ability to cause chaos for their own agenda and greed. So we have to be aware that the people in these powerful places, not all, but many, the ones in the behind the scenes, the ones who control everything, are the ones that we're trying to expose, But it is difficult. It really is. So today my message is clear. We can't fight against something, because fighting against something only creates the anger and the issues that basically it reinforces the darkness, and you're pulled into that, and it becomes a big fireball. Whereas if you step away from it, reject it, and become the light, start to eat healthy, start to look after your body, treat people with respect, just do your best, and be aware of everything that's happening around you, and try to, in a loving way, point out in any way you can that there is a different side to the system, and there is another way we can live, and we can reject all of the things that are making us ill and poorly, and we can start looking after ourselves and taking responsibility for our bodies, for our health. So daily we have to really work on ourselves. We have to be the lighthouse for others to see. And that's what I'm doing on my brand new soul journey, where we come together and we're going to spend many hours through the month, and we're going to work together, we're going to grow stronger, and we're going to be the lighthouses for the world, and we're going to shine our light, and we're going to build this beautiful tribe, this community, and we're going to grow and grow together. So I'll be doing a lot of one-to-ones with you guys, so you'll be able to sit and we can talk, and that's going to be fabulous. We're going to do a lot of self-healing work. We're going to work on ourselves, and the journey's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it, no matter where I am in the world. So we'll have a platform together, and we'll be able to share these 1 or 2 hours each month, on different subjects. So it's going to be great. I'm so excited. So we can then be the teachers for others. And that's really what I'm wanting to do now. I'm wanting to share everything that I've learned, and we're going to share things together. We're going to work and grow stronger as a family, as a tribe. So I just wanted to share that today with you and say, keep going, be beautiful, be strong, be wise, and always stand back and look at what's going on around you. Just look at what people are doing and how they're reacting, and always remember that when you start to become more visual, when you start to become more aware of what's happening around you, have a big smile on your face. Don't feel bad about it. Yesterday I was at the Polígono Industrial getting some boxes for my crystals, and there was a little girl at 3 years old, and she was on an iPad, and she was just looking at it, fixated by it. And I looked at her mum and said to her mum, do you let your daughter play with this all day? She said yes. I said, did you know at times it can be really bad for your daughter's eyes if she's looking at this all the time, and sometimes it can make us feel really down and sad? And she says, no, this doesn't happen. I said, sometimes it can do, sometimes it's nice to go for a walk, and because the little girl was basically stuck there all day, and the mother was very busy in the wholesalers, and And you know, even if you plant a little seed, but not in a nasty way, not in a bad way, not in a pushing negative way, just say, you know, sometimes I've heard that these things can cause effects to your child, and it's not healthy to have this in front of them because of the waves that hit them. It's like a microwave oven, you know, if you put your, you know. Anyway, I explained in another way, and then she went, and then as I was leaving, she took the iPad off her daughter as I was walking out. So it does sink in, but if you do it in a right manner, a right way, not a forceful or pushing way. So we do our little bit each day, and we have to work on ourselves too, okay? That's so important. It's okay sharing your wisdom with people, but you have to live that wisdom, eat and breathe it. So practice what you preach, okay? And these are the things that we're going to talk about on the membership side. I'm going to encourage you and help you along a journey, and we're going to talk about this, you know, on every few weeks. I'm going to come together and ask you how you're doing, and you're going to come back at me with stuff, and we're going to work and grow stronger. So we're going to be a tribe of lighthouses. How's that? Okay, it's 20 minutes, guys. I was only going to do this for 2 minutes. But anyway, suffice to say, love you all. It's a beautiful day. I'm just going to start working on some more crystals for my website. And some great news about the Palo Santo sticks, the ones that I stopped working with because the guy who was making them for me said he couldn't do it anymore because it was taking too much of his time, and he wasn't making enough money. So I've gone back to him and offered him more money. So the sticks will be a little bit more money, but they're not just like, they're not like the, you know, the Chinese sticks or the Indian sticks. They're proper sticks. Yeah, and you know how good they are. They are proper sticks. These are pure Palo Santo with beautiful organic resin. He does a good job. They burn amazing, and I was so disappointed when he said he couldn't do them anymore for the price. And I said, well, we can't put them up that much, you know. And I said, anyway, it's lovely doing business with you. I'm sorry that we can't do this. And a few weeks later, he got back to me. He says, okay, I'll do them at this price. And I said, okay, so they'll go up by €1 a pack. But I tell you what, I love them. They're worth it. They're not like my boxes, my other sticks with Moldavite, but they're brilliant for just burning in the home. And yeah, I know you love them because you've been bothering me saying, where are they? And I've said, well, I can't push or force somebody to make them, you know. He makes them by hand. You know, he's a lovely guy, and you know, I believe in ethical, and I mean ethical products. Everything that I sell on my website is ethical products, and you know, you pay people properly. That's so important to me. So yeah, great news, guys. So I've just ordered I think 300 boxes of them. So yeah, it's great. So you should have them back on the website in the next week or so, hopefully, fingers crossed, when he finishes working them. He started working them last week. So, you know, they'll be up there again soon. And the great news is I've also managed to source frankincense. So you've been bothering me about that as well. I don't mind. I don't mean bothering, but you've been asking me, is anybody doing frankincense? Fabulous stuff. So I've sourced it. So now he's got the frankincense. So he's going to make some frankincense sticks. So there's going to be white sage sticks, frankincense sticks, and the original Palo Santo sticks. So they're coming soon. So yeah, very good, guys. Love you all. Thank you for subscribing to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Thank you for buying from my beautiful website that I'm so proud of today. And I'll be sending your orders out this morning. I'm working on them shortly. And then I'm just going to relax today. And love you all. Take care. Bye, guys. Bye.